Yo, it's your boy EC22. This is the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, but most of all, join this conversation. And y'all, I have to apologize. It is my bad. Why my camera doing some more nonsense? I don't know. But listen, let me go ahead and just tell you guys what happened. Why I'm 7, 8, 10 minutes late. It's D-Way fault. I got all these links set up on this thing, man, and I hit the wrong link. So I was really doing the podcast. I was on it. I was in my bag, man. I was talking some good stuff about mental health. And I realized I wasn't going live. So, and then I had to just click over to the right link, man. But here we are, man. To finish the conversation I was having by myself before D-Way got there, we want to start this podcast talking about mental health, right? But not necessarily, I mean, we all suffer mental health, right? We all deal with it, right? So if you're suffering mental health, please understand, go get help. Whether it be a therapist, whether it be a counselor, whether it be a rehab, or, you know what I'm saying, a small group at church, whatever you need to do, go get the help that you need, right? All right, right. Be self-aware and go get the help you need. Do not suffer in silence, right? But a lot of times, maybe more than that, a lot of times people suffer from mental health because of lack of identity. You look at a lot of athletes, right? They live their whole life in the spotlight. You know,
come on.
30, 40, 50 to 100,000 fans screaming their name. They're the big man on campus, right? And all of a sudden, when that career is over with, they don't know what's next, right? I want to tell you guys out there that, and I had a great conversation with my cousin Keith Ginnebrew, and we had shared a lot. And one of the things that he shared was that you're more than what you do, right? You're bigger than what you do. And if you and I know it seems like you're the big man on campus and you got everybody screaming your name, you're large in life, you can't go nowhere because it's not safe, because everybody's but you're bigger than that. You're more than just an athlete, right? Because everybody don't have that same story. And also he said, everybody's success look different. You know, and that's one thing that I really appreciate. Just because you have success on this level, that don't mean you should minimize the success on another level, right? Success come in various forms. So please understand that, right? So identity is a big thing. D-Way, I'm gonna let you take over that conversation. What you think about identity?
You know, the great Texas Ranger Hall of Famer Jim Sundberg tells us, and EC and I, you know, we know Jim's an awesome man of God, and he says, until these professional athletes find out and figure out that who they are is not what they are. Okay, they're temporarily a professional athlete, but that's not who they are. Who they are is a child of God,
right?
And if they haven't already, when they invite Jesus Christ into their life to be their Lord and Savior,
yes, sir,
that's when their world will change, and that's when they'll recognize that they are playing a professional sport temporarily. But long term, they are a child of the Creator, the Almighty God, if I can say it that way. Okay.
No, you can say it just like that. And I know this is a sport podcast, and I know sometimes when we own these type of forms, that things people typically stay away from is religion and politics and stuff like that. But we're unashamed of the gospel. So that's just what it is. You know, I mean, yes, we're gonna talk sports, and can't nobody do it like us, man. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, we are not ashamed of the gospel. And then this is a very, 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 very serious conversation, man. Please, whatever you do, if you're an athlete, find your identity, but don't make your identity solely about your sports, and not just about sports, right? Because the one thing I do want to share with you athletes out there, you guys are not unique in your situation, right? You're not unique. Your situation is not different from anybody else in the world, right? People who in business and doing just regular 9-to-5 jobs, right? When you lose your job, that you can go through an identity crisis, right? You lose a loved one, get a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Death of a child, death of a parent, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different things. Death of a friend group. Your best friend don't want to be your best friend no more. I don't know how it works. You know what I'm saying? They may not have your favorite cereal at the supermarket. You can just start a whole war because of that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that don't get your identity wrapped up in things. Get your identity wrapped up in who God made you to be.
I love that. Love that.
All right, then, man, let's move on to the FIFA World Cup. Listen, if you don't know, you know, man, the FIFA World Cup has been all over the world, the United States involved, man. And listen, man, just yesterday, Lionel Messi showed the city of Arlington who he was.
Come on.
Comes down, and Lionel Messi broke the goal-breaking record, the goal-scoring record all time with 18 goals. He came into that game with 16. Broke it at 17 to turn around and broke his own record at 18. You know, Argentina versus Australia, man. He really did his thing, man, bringing a lot of hype to the city of Arlington. Uh, I don't even know who that. Well, hi, Dalen the Goose. Dalen the Goose.
Check and see if that's my
That's pretty cool
see if
name.
that's my boy J Dub Jr. See if I don't know.
That may be Jay. He may be having all these different names, whatever.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. What do you think about Lionel Messi, man? Is he the best soccer player in the world?
Speaking of J Dub Jr., when he was here a week or so ago at our house, he was telling me about Lionel Messi.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking and saying, "Hey, Uncle David, this guy's the real deal. This guy's the best of the best of the best." So, yes, if
Okay.
my nephew says Lionel Messi is the real deal, then he's
Yeah.
the real deal,
Yeah,
baby.
we're not gonna argue with Junior. We're
No,
gonna
no,
leave him
no,
be.
no, no, never, 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 never.
Yeah,
So,
man. I got to be honest with you guys, right? I do not follow soccer. I don't want to come up here and act like I know all things about soccer. But you know what? Because the World Cup is here, and I have an obligation as a podcast to make sure we at least talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's one name, even without following soccer, that's one name
thank
that I
you.
was very familiar of. We're
Thank
all
you.
familiar with Lionel Messi, right? And him and the other guy, David Beckham, right? Those are names we know. Oh, and if you're down from Dallas, Texas, you know about Tattoo, who was there broadcasting that
Oh,
game, who
you
was
really
there doing
went
the interview.
there? You
Yeah,
went
we know
there?
about Tattoo.
Woo!
Yeah.
Loving it, bro. Loving me some Tattoo.
And with that being said, y'all listen, the USA men's soccer team is leading Group D. No one saw this. They exceeded everybody's expectation when they came down to FIFA, man. They're 2-0 in their group. And so they're already punched their tickets in the round of 32. So, can they go far? Or is this just, I don't know. I'm asking you, Jesse. He definitely was. Exactly.
Definitely one of the GOAT. Yeah.
So can the USA men team go further than where they are right now in the round of 32? Can they make it to at least 16-8 to the 8? I don't know.
USA.
That means you don't have a clue. So I guess we don't know.
That's exactly what it means. Big E called me out, man.
No, it's all good, man. D-Way, you watched the World Cup this weekend. I mean, the USA Open, the US Open this weekend, didn't you?
Oh, my gosh. Did I watch the U.S. Open? I was glued to it. If you're a golfer or a golf fan or a wannabe golf fan, you got to see some phenomenal golf this weekend. And my biggest complaint and gripe is these professional golfers turn in these ridiculously low scores, minus 19, minus 20. I'm like, seriously?
Right,
Really?
right.
But this weekend, I got it pulled up. Wyndham Clark won the U.S. Open, which is one of the 4 major championships.
Yeah.
At -4 for the whole week. And I love that. I love that kind of golf. What that tells me is it's a very hard golf course playing in very challenging conditions.
Yeah.
And Wyndham won it 2 years ago as well in 2024. But Sam Burns came in second at -3. And then Tom Kim -1. Then you had the likes of J.D. Paulston, Keith Mitchell, and Dallas's very own Scotty Scheffler came in just a stroke or two behind that. So I love when a tournament's tight, and I love when the scores are really low like they were this weekend. And if you've been following golf, Wyndham Clark has been – he's just been in the zone. And Bob, I need you to jump in on this U.S. Open stuff. Wyndham Clark, for the last 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, has been on a tear. He's either won or he has been right there in the runnings. And Bob, help me. Did win? I don't know if he didn't win the Colonial, but he won something else a couple weeks ago. So if you like golf and you like tough courses, tough conditions, then you would enjoy this weekend at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club in upstate New York. And I'm a golfer, or at least I try to be a golfer, and I love to follow golf, and I respect anybody that can win a U.S. Open. Scotty Scheffler's won all the majors except for the U.S. Open. He's won the British Open. He's won the PGA, and he's won the Masters.
Yeah.
To be considered for someone who wins the Grand Slam, you got to win all 4 of them in your career.
Yeah.
And so Scotty's still knocking at the door. He will eventually get his Grand Slam, but for this past weekend, it was Mr. Wyndham Clark's weekend.
Yeah,
So,
he won the Byron Nelson here in McKinney, in my
thank
city.
you.
He came to my city and won the
perfect.
Byron Nelson.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
I gotta and Mr. Wyndham Clark, please don't jump on me, but we gotta at least address the issue that happened last year, because last year's U.S. Open wasn't so kind to you, sir.
EC.
Got yourself kicked out of booted out of U.S. Open because I don't know what would happen. You missed a shot or something happened, and you just went up there, tore up lockers and stuff like that, and got yourself booted out of the U.S. Open. And you even acted a fool last year at the PGA Championship. So it's good. I said it's good to see you back calm and back to winning golf.
And so on that same note, and I love that, Bob said obviously that course was very tough. Yes, it was, Bob. On that same note, EC, I'm going to give Wyndham his props.
Okay.
He went up to the microphone stand, accepted his trophy on Sunday afternoon, and he apologized to the world.
Yeah.
For his actions and his behavior, and he asked for forgiveness. He asked for the New York fans to forgive him.
Yeah.
And he said that he loved playing in New York in front of some of the greatest golf fans in the world. So, hey, if you're a man and you own up to your mistake and you ask for forgiveness and you apologize, then you are good in my book, EC, okay?
Say less. You definitely good in my book. Coach said he don't watch golf no more because all his favorite golfers are gone. I look. Until if you play golf, then you're hooked in. But if you're not, if you don't play golf as a sport, then I get it, because you won't like it was. I never could sit down as good as Tiger Woods was, as good as all them other greats were that I followed and that I liked that I knew of. I never watched the golf because I didn't play it, because I didn't understand the game. But once I got out there, on the greens and started playing, it's like, man, every tournament that comes on, I gotta watch it. So that's just kind of how it is, Moving on to, let's go ahead and drop this out. Let me go ahead and talk about the WNBA real quick while we're waiting. If Demetrius come in, right? I don't know.
I just shot him another text, so
he's scared. So right now, the WNBA, man, we're getting into the All-Star voting situation right now, and number one All-Star voting right now, obviously, is Asia Wilson. I think she got like 300 and fan votes, right?
Yeah.
The media haven't voted yet, but the fan votes, she got about 301,000 votes. And I think Paige Becker's come right behind that, maybe like just shy under 300,000. Right, just shy under 300,000 votes. And then you have other players come in. Caitlin Clark had dropped down to number 5 in the voting. I think she got like 250-some thousand votes. And then, of course, Angel Reese dropped down to number 7 with just a little over 200,000 votes. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they have some other players on their list, man. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, because Caitlin Clark, D-Way, for whatever reason, she has been under a social media firestorm.
I know, right?
And they had just been picking on the poor child.
Yeah.
And the sad part about it, and anybody knows me that I'm the biggest Angel Reese defender. I will defend Angel Reese until the sky, turn black. And in the same breath, I'm also a Caitlin Clark defender. He said, I saw you guys join a little late. Team issue was promising. Oh, man, this serious talk. I'm not talking serious, but they're playing. Okay. It's deep, but they're playing. And he's, wow, he said they're playing. Okay, all right. He said, still France, Germany, Argentina, Brazil are still favored to win it all. D-Man, you have no faith in the country you live in. Sorry, sir. All we can do is have hope. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is have hope. But no, I'm a big defender of Caitlin Clark. And a lot of people thought that I hated on Caitlin Clark D-Way because I've always tried to keep people to understand exactly. He said she has to control her anger. She gets too many technical fouls. Right. That's what he's saying about Caitlin Clark. People thought I hated on Caitlin Clark because I was defending Angel Reese. And that's weird that people thought that, right? But let me explain people about Caitlin Clark. She is who she's always been. Go back to college. She has not changed. So her personality, her antics, her anger, her frustration, her throwing up her hands, that's always who she's been. That's what makes her who she is.
Yeah.
It's up to her to figure it out, to be a different version of herself if she chooses to. But right now, she's still playing good basketball, right? The problem with Caitlin Clark is the folks who never watched the WNBA gave her a title that she didn't deserve and that she didn't earn, right? And now she have to live up to an expectation that was set too high for her. And all she wanted to do was come in and play basketball. And when you're talking about when you're in a performance-based business, you got to have confidence. And when you got millions of people in your corner paying your way, paving your way, rooting for you, you got to put on a show. So whenever she steps on the hardwood, especially in Indiana, she's expected to do a whole lot more, put on a show than just play basketball.
Love that.
And so that's what makes it hard for her. The technical fouls, she's getting too many technical fouls. Just like every other WNBA player getting technical fouls. She ain't the only one. She's just the one y'all watching. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the list. There's a lot of other players out there getting technical fouls. It's just like, you know, just like last, the year before last, they're like, oh man, she's drawing all these flagrant fouls against her. And I'm like, when that become a thing? Nobody went to bat for Satu Sabali when she was getting all those flagrant fouls called. She was drawing a flagrant foul the year before. So why is this a thing, right?
Yeah.
The Indiana Fever, this last thing I'm going to say, D-Wade, do not have a Caitlin Clark problem. They have a Stephanie White problem.
Oh, my
and I
gosh.
say that till I'm blue in the face.
Oh, my gosh. Did you really just say that?
Yes, I did. Because if you look at the Dallas Wings with their 3-guard lineup, Arika, Azzi, and Paige, right? Paige is a 6-foot guard, but Arika and Azzi are below 6 feet, right? How do you survive with small guards? When we look at the Minnesota Lynx with Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, and Olivia Miles, all those guards are below 6 feet. Why can't the Indiana Fever be as successful as those squads? And you got basically, you know what I'm saying, a 2-guard lineup. You got bigs. You got Kelsey Mitchell and you got Caitlin Clark. I would suggest that they would start Raven Johnson. That way, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell can be off the ball and let Raven Johnson. That's what Caitlin Clark said. That's what Stephanie White said is the reason why they drafted Raven Johnson. For they can be off the ball. But last night's performance, although they won the game, they controlled over 50% of the team scoring. That's not good basketball.
No.
That's not over and then took over 6% of the shots. That's not good. That's not a good formula for basketball. We want to see a team with more fluidity. I'm not saying you have more fluidity. When you watch the Washington Mystics, the Dallas Wings, they have a lot of fluidity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's just what it is. D-Man is saying that Caitlin needs to read the Mamba mentality back. D-Wade, if she read that book, that may make it worse. I'm just saying, because she's not that person. Let's see what Coach said. Coach, the enforcers should get the technical fouls, not the stars. Let my girl Sophie get technical. Okay,
Coach, I'm right there with you, Coach. Yeah. So I don't understand why the league and the officials have let players do what they're doing to Caitlin Clark. Okay. That they're beating her. They're beating her. They're cheap shots. Okay. I don't understand that. Okay. That's causing a huge problem in the league. I don't know what the deal is. I'm okay with you roughing up Caitlin Clark, but hey, call foul. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, I have made it very clear on this show in the last month and a half. I have become a monster. EC, back me on this. Monster Angel Reese fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Angel Reese has quietly, slowly become one of my favorite WNBA players currently. Okay. And so, you know what? Y'all get off her too. Okay. Get the camera out of her face as well. Yeah. Because y'all are doing more harm to these players than you are good. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm back, and it's the same reason for Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese has always been who Angel Reese was. Preach. Like, none of these women have changed. None of these women are doing anything different than they did.
Exactly.
It's just the mindset of the media. They're writing a narrative that's just not true. And I challenge anybody, go back to college and go back to year one. These women are playing the exact same
way.
Angel Reese has been averaging a double-double since college all the way up until now. She's done nothing different. She still has me bound. She still missed her free throw percentage is still low, right? But she still tracks the ball like better than anybody else in WNBA history, right? Yeah. She is. Caitlin Clark still can. Well, her shooting has been a little bit suspect lately. But if you go back to college, she's never just been a 40% shooter. She's never been just a straight up 30% shooter. In clutch times in the tourney, she was able to get long shots out of necessity, much like how Stephen Curry did when he came to the league, right? But that doesn't make you a great shooter. Consistency makes you a great shooter. She's always been who she is. She's always been a turnover magnet. But people see what they want to see. And at the end of the day, I was like, you guys, listen, just watch the elite. When you watch the league in its entirety versus watching certain people, listen, go get the league pass. Watch these games. Then you'll understand what I'm saying. But if you only just zero in on certain players, then you'll never see what I'm seeing, right? And not just me, but all of us who follow the WNBA. I got some comments coming in. John GC said, I don't watch enough to truly have a fair opinion. However, I let them play. The WNBAs need to go through their own respective B-ball era. Coach said, I like EC said, she was anointed before she had proven anything. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. There was, you know what I'm saying? There was. And he was talking about as far as her getting touched up.
So, I mean, let me touch on that for a minute.
Okay.
I think the word anointed is a little bit over the top. Okay.
She was anointed.
I do. Okay. She was highlighted.
Yeah.
She was a focal point, but anointed? Come on, guys. Y'all work with me here a little bit.
Listen, I know it's a harsh word, but when you're looking at the WNBA now celebrating its 30th season, right? Starting in 1997, it's just 2 years ago. All of a sudden, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, all the guys on his podcast, Shannon Sharp, what's his name? Cam Newton, the guys from Pivot, Up in Smoke, all these guys who never watched the WNBA, all of a sudden endorsed Caitlin Clark. All of media, all of social media, and they endorsed Caitlin Clark because of what narrative that was spent out there about it and never really watched the game. Well, everything they watched in Caitlin Clark was all about the highlights. You know?
Okay, because she sells tickets.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why Cam and Newton and these guys. So let me spin it a little different. Let me twist it for you. Okay. Carrie Underwood, who's one of the greatest female country singers, artists of all time. Okay. From Oklahoma, won the American Idol and immediately got thrown into the country music scene, and all the haters and all the media said, oh man, she's anointed because, you know, she didn't have to earn her stripes. She didn't have to grow up in the smoky bars. She had to do this. She had to do that. So I get it, but I'm going to defend Carrie Underwood. I'm going to defend Caitlin Clark. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't anoint themselves. The media and the industry anointed these women, okay?
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm going. You see, that's where I'm going with that, okay? Can I say it that way?
No, yeah, and that's all we're saying. We're just saying that if you know Caitlin, if you watch Caitlin, all her interviews, Caitlin never says this about herself. She from the time she got into the WNBA, she has always tried to defend the WNBA and stand up for the womanhood. What you see on the floor, the hard fouls, that happens in every WNBA game. Mm-hmm. Like nobody talked about how Isabella Harrison just choke slam Angel Reese last week. Did hit no social. I mean, I talked about it if you follow me, right? There's so many hard plays, but if you ever watch these women, right, they take hard fouls, but they always help them up. When you got a microphone on somebody, I mean, a microscope on somebody, you're going to highlight those small things. You're going to be majors and minors, right?
Microphone and a camera,
all that stuff, right? You can't, but they're making it bigger than what it really is. That stuff happens in every WNBA game. It's there's more brutal stuff that happens in AAU basketball than you have this women's professional sports. And like when you look at the brutalness nature of men's basketball and the hard fouls they take, can't even be compared to what the WNBA doing, right? They're not fouling that hard. But it's like the men can stomach it in the men's league, but then all of a sudden you get a little pushing and shoving in the women's league. Oh, my God, they're out of control. Like, come on, y'all, stop it, right? Caitlin Clark signed up for this. She knows she's a big girl. Like she can handle this type of energy, right? And it just is what it is. You know, so I just want to make sure people, but what Coach was talking about, they made her larger than life, right? They made her more than what she needs. Oh, look who's coming to the stage. Let me see, can I get him on here?
Oh, no.
There he is.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Boomer himself. Welcome to the show, Demetrius.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Got a little feedback going on there. Let me see, can I fix it?
Come here, baby. Come here, say hi to Demetrius. Come here, baby.
Just when you thought it was safe.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so let's go ahead and transition from the WNBA, man. First of all, final thoughts on WNBA. Listen, All-Star voting is the end of the. Where's that feedback coming from? Is that you, Demetrius? Obviously, so.
Probably.
You got headphones?
I do.
Boom sooner, boom sooner.
Hey, but in the meantime, WNBA, I'm gonna be difficult again as usual.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
That's
say
why we got you on tonight.
The Wings are gonna win a championship before the Mavericks will.
Yes.
Did anybody else say that before me?
No, but we're all agreeing with you.
Because the Wings are deep, man.
With my buddy Bob again.
He says, "Let's go, welcome." Yeah. Why you got the hat on? Go ahead, Mr. Murray, and take it away.
Wait a minute. Let me bring Demetrius in. So, hey, all you viewers out there, all you.
Hold on. Let's fix the back. We got to fix that the echo. And
you got what it is.
He got either turn your mic down or get some headphones.
Headphones. There they are.
There we go.
Look at him coming in hot with headphones.
Let's see. Yeah, I had a Giannis background, but that was on my Zoom feed. So
that's good because we'll get you to talk about all that here in a minute. We got a couple tough questions for you, so
I'm just gonna go out there on a limb. Giannis ain't gonna mean nothing to Miami. He could have meant something for Dallas, though.
Check 1 2.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Is that any better, EC?
I can still get. It should be. It cleared up in a little bit. I can still hear myself.
I think it's better. Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to welcome our brother from another mother, the one and only Rabbi Demetrius Murray from the great state of Oklahoma, north of the Red River, if you don't know where that is. In case you didn't know where he was from, he wore a shirt and a hat. So, Demetrius is a good friend of ours, great husband and a good dad and father. But most importantly, man, dude, Demetrius loves the Lord and he tries to live like we all try to live and give God glory. So, but we're excited because we're going to move into the NBA here shortly. So, EC, where you want to go?
No, he got that Boomer Sooners. I want him to go ahead and talk about what just happened last night.
So let's talk about baseball first, Demetrius.
13-2. The Mercurius boys. What was his name? Toki? No. Toki. Yeah, it's like that. They put it on him, man. They put it on him, and it was impressive. I actually sat down and watched the entire game.
Like
me and the missus.
So is the series over or where are we?
It's over.
So
OU won it.
OU is the national champions.
Si, senor.
Well,
there you go.
Boomer, baby. Boomer.
Boomer
awesome.
Sooner.
It was such a spectacular fashion when you start watching how the Oklahoma Sooners got hot towards the end of the season, and that momentum just kept them going all the way through the tourney. So that was cool.
Yep.
So what, Demetrius? I don't know how much you followed it, but what was the turning point in the Sooners once the playoffs started and once they got to a certain point? When did we figure out, hey, they might win the national championship? Talk to us.
Back in the season, they lost a couple of series, and they just kind of galvanized around that. And that kid from Maypearl, what's his name? The big 6'6" pitcher. He ain't a bad dude to have on your team either. And I mean, they just started to put it together, and they started figuring some things out. And I was kind of amazed that they got there, and then that they got there against Carolina. Y'all know how I feel about Carolina basketball. Hey, if I ain't wearing this, it's Tar Heels, baby.
Careful! I don't want the doctor to hear you in there in that room.
I know, right? I know. Yeah. She might shut down playtime.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's funny you mentioned Maypearl because I got a buddy of mine that's the fire chief in Gun Barrel City, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
His son plays third base and is a stud pitcher for Maypearl. And a lot of D1 schools are already, last name McBride, a lot of D1 schools are already got him locked in. So keep McBride, the guy from Maypearl High School, on your list there. But no, I mean, it's interesting how much women's softball, speaking of OU, and men's college baseball, how much it's just grown and how much exposure and how much TV coverage. Because I'm the old guy here on the show. You never saw that stuff on TV. And Demetrius, I mean, you growing up in Oklahoma, when can you remember? When did you first remember hearing and knowing about OU women's softball, OU men's baseball? I mean, has it been recently? Has it been the last 5 years? What?
Got a niece, and she is in the top 100 in softball in Moore, Oklahoma.
And Toby Keith, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so I follow softball because of her, and then because OU didn't make it this year around. And I think they've been there 18 times into the playoffs before this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And and then when I kind of noticed the men were doing some things, I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, I'm a recent convert.
Okay.
A fair weather convert.
Well, we're going to keep you. We're going to hold you accountable for women's softball moving forward. Now we know you've got a family member involved.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's where she's supposed to go. Her brother is actually dating a girl who's going to be a freshman at Iowa State, playing women's softball. So,
and I would be remiss if I didn't tell everybody that Demetrius' son Steven is a freshman up there in Norman at OU country. So we'll see.
Oh, sorry, did I do?
So
just can't take it nowhere.
All good. EC.
All right. Dallas Mavericks hired Dusty May as their new coach, man. What do y'all think about that?
So I'm going to go first because I kind of threw something out. I kind of gave Demetrius an alley-oop earlier today. I mean, I think the timing is really good. I mean, Dusty obviously is proven in college, won the national championship. I'm going to throw it to Demetrius, but my comment to Demetrius today was anybody other than Ty Lue, I think is going to be a win for the Mavericks. Did I not, Demetrius?
You said it.
So I want you to talk about Dusty May and what your thoughts are on him and how you see him fitting in that Maverick organization.
I like Dusty May. I think he's going to be a good addition. I don't like, here we go. Here's that dude again. I don't like that they kind of sacrificed Jason Kidd on the altar of convenience.
Yeah.
Here he's a company man, little two fingers.
Yeah.
And and he floats through the storm of the Luka trade. And that makes me even question how that Luka trade all went down. Because it just felt like Nico fell on a sword. I know the Dallasites hate Nico with a passion. But the man had a solid record before he got to Dallas.
Okay.
All of a sudden, and I was telling my daughter, we have these conversations around the breakfast table.
Love that.
I said, it just don't make sense that all of a sudden my son was like, well, they started getting rid of everybody before Luka. And I was like, but if you look at it, it's like, what's his name? Mark Cuban never had a big problem with Luka and his excuse my language, his Eastern European work ethic. Brother smoking and drinking. Hey, that's his world. That's his world.
Yeah.
But the problem is, all of a sudden, you got this new dude come in, and all of a sudden, it's like, do I really want him to be the face of my franchise in his current state? Number one. Number two, am I going to pay him that Supermax money? My mind is that he didn't want to pay him that Supermax money. So all of a sudden you start cleaning house. You clean all those faithful to Luka out. Then you clean out Luka. And then you gotta get rid of. It's kind of like one of those spy movies, one of those espionage movies. You kill everybody who knows what happened. I'm sorry, Demetrius is hateful. Forgive me. And then you go and you get you a new coach. Said all that to say, I think Dusty May is going to do a great job. He had 2 years at Michigan. He kind of came in after Juwan Howard. And so a lot of the talent you see is Juwan Howard's, although he brought in 5 dudes from the portal. So he was able to meld 5 transfers together. So you got to give him, some credit for that and win a championship. So
both of y'all, do we know where was Dusty before he came to Michigan? Do we know? Does anybody know?
Police, and I did not catch that.
Okay, don't worry.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care.
No, I'm right there with you. I'm going to be supporting him. Everybody said, well, hey, Kepaluka, him and Cooper, bro. We never would have gotten Flag if the trade wouldn't have went down. Okay. Did Luka's the year that Luka his last year with the Mavericks? Did they go to the finals or the semifinals that year?
The year before, yeah. So his last 4 years. His last full year.
Yeah,
his last full year with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
They lost in the finals
to Boston. Yeah.
Okay, and then they implode that team after that. And then they said, then after we do all that, we're gonna bring Jason Kidd in, and we're gonna keep him rolling. Yeah, Deshaun, I'm right there with you, man. But hey, it is what it is. We can't worry about what was. All we can do is worry about going forward. And I think we'll see what the Mavericks got the number 9 pick, I think, in the draft. So we'll see what they pick up to complement Cooper. And I know we're all hoping that Kyrie can come back stronger than ever. Demetrius, and then you mentioned earlier today about Gafford. And, if we can get everybody healthy.
There's a possibility that they will draft a mint from Tennessee. And so he's 6'10". He's got a body. He's got an NBA body. He just needs a little more muscle. And he's got a 7-foot wingspan. So this kid's got a lot of upside.
Yep.
Well, I will say this about this. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it for the simple fact is that I like Dustin May. It's twofold. First of all, you just won a national championship, right? Go ahead, and you got a lot of kids coming to your school because of that. You know what I'm saying? Commit to that. And I know that's the rumors he was already on the phone, getting these guys and recruits. So there's a lot to say about Dustin May. Can he be a good NBA coach? I think he can be a good NBA coach, but my frustration behind all of this is that I don't think he'll be a good fit for the Dallas Mavericks because their new president, whatever his name is, new GM, and their coaching all are swarming and all have made the same statement. We're taking this job solely for Cooper Flag. You got a whole team to develop over there. And the only reason for taking the job is because of Cooper Flag. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I mean, come in and take the job because you feel like you can, because you may not have Cooper Flag. Some things may happen. The ownership may do something different, right? But if your only sole reason to come here because you got a chance to coach Cooper Flag, I think you're in the wrong direction. That don't mean he can't be successful. But me personally, I just don't like it.
So I respect what you said. I don't disagree. But however, he's looking at it from we have somebody to build off of. We have somebody that we can grow. We have somebody as our staple, as our main horse that we can do something with. We got to get some more pieces. We got to get all the put the puzzle together. But Cooper's a good what's the word I'm looking for, Demetrius? He's a good foundation to build from off of. So maybe that's where he's thinking.
He's like a great center puzzle piece, you know.
Yeah, put Bob's. Let's see what Bob says.
He'll get you started.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. Okay, cool.
Atlantic.
Yep.
All
Well,
right then. Where we're going next? You talked about. Let's talk about this Miami trade. Jimmy,
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
oh
Demetrius
man,
texted me, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be great if we can get the Greek Freak in Dallas?" And I was like, isn't he already signed in Boston? And Demetrius said, "Oh, I don't know if it's finalized yet." Well, apparently it wasn't finalized. What y'all got to say about that? Why
You're
go ahead.
Miami?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
about 11 o'clock. The boy wakes me up talking about he's going to Miami, and I'm looking at I'm like, what is he gonna do in Miami, other than be a marquee name? Because this is my thought. He wants to go where the lights are bright. He wanted New York. He admitted that. He would probably went to LA. He wants one of those huge markets. Miami's not necessarily a huge market. So why did the Bucks trade Giannis? Because Giannis wanted to go, but Giannis was too kind to say it. All that. He wanted to go in them big, huge markets, but you know what threw a monkey wrench in the situation? Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had the audacity to actually win in New York. Jalen Brunson gonna mess up a whole lot of things as far as salary caps and taking 113 million less. Oh my gosh. So that's, to me, Giannis can go to Miami, but Miami, there's so many other teams that would have been contenders right now. And the Dallas Mavericks with Giannis, they'd have been able to handle that big boy called Wemby down the street, because that's going to be the problem.
Ooh, ooh, wowzer,
What's your thoughts, Coach D-Way?
man! I like how Demetrius ended that, saying that he would be the catalyst. He would be the nemesis for the boy down there in Alamo land. I didn't put two and two together. Wowzer. Um, I can't see him going to the West Coast. Um, New York, I mean, why would they mess up a good thing? They think they can win it again next year, Demetrius. Um, but I just don't understand why Miami. It's not a big market.
Demetrius said it. He said it, Coach D-Way. He said it. Because the Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about wanting to be traded, amongst like his friends and family and people who surround the league, and even some media people. But he never said publicly into front of a camera. He would never tell his organization, right? So it's like the girlfriend. You letting all your homeboys know that you don't want to be with her no more, but and then get back to her, and when she keeps trying to have these conversations, be like, "Nah, we good." And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? She quit you 2 days before Christmas, and you already had plans to go to your mama house, and now you got to explain all that, right? It's just like you're not going to get what you want. It's not going to work in your favor, and that's what it is. This dude got, he basically got the exact same team, minus a True Holiday and a Chris Middleton. So I don't know how this Miami team is going to look any better, because you trade, and then you're not going to get any better because you trade away three draft picks.
Thank you.
So I don't know what Miami was doing, but hey, the Bucks won this situation and Giannis lost. Big Sean said,
Pat Riley.
Exactly.
Oh, there he came in hot right there. Put him back up there, EC. Put my boy Mr. Big OC 06 Daddy, aka Sean Smith, aka Franco, back on the screen.
Yeah.
Pat Riley. Hey, let me tell you something. If you're Giannis, why wouldn't you be sure that you went to a team that you knew would make it to the finals next year? Why, Demetrius? Address that for me. Why would you not?
Because I think he so wanted out of Milwaukee. He was so, and this is the problem. Giannis is going to a program with the wonderful Pat Riley, who I greatly love and respect. But Pat Riley is an alpha male. Giannis is an alpha male. Every time Pat Riley gets an alpha male, eventually, he might get a chip out of it or two. Eventually, they leave him because they start butting heads. And Giannis has been he was pulling the strings in Milwaukee, and it never worked. Got a different coach, got Doc Rivers. That didn't work. Middleton got traded. That didn't work. Got what's his name from with the tattoos and the blonde hair from the Nets.
Birdman.
Yeah, that didn't work. And it's like he continually wants to. He's almost like a gentle. Oh gosh, he's almost like a gentle form of what LeBron does. But a lot of times LeBron stuff works. But he's like trying to pull the strings. And when he gets to Miami, Pat Riley ain't going to take that. He ain't going to be interested in all that. Pat Riley going to put a muzzle on him. I hate to say that. That sounds terrible. Lord, please forgive me. Come back, Lord. He's going to put a muzzle on him. He's going to shut him down. And Giannis it's going to be a rude awakening once he gets to Miami. He's looking at it from the outside. And the beauty of Pat Riley's like, here's this Heat culture. You've got to love the Heat culture. Man, the Heat culture ain't been relevant in how many years? How many years? So,
but they went to the championship in the bubble with Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler. That was what, 2021?
I'm sorry, I have an asterisk on the bubble. I do. It was a paid vacation. It was a paid vacation. My son is like, Bron took him to a championship. It's like, man, unless you traveling on flights and getting very little sleep, that's an NBA Finals. That's the playoffs. No. Anyway, I'm sorry for all y'all who and Spoelstra. I love Spoelstra, but as what's his name? Stephen A. Smith says, what's his face? Dang. What's his name needs to go up and go into an emeritus state. Pat Riley.
Yeah.
And let Spoelstra and like Alonzo Mourning, Spoelstra, what's his face? Dude that was there forever. Oh gosh. Anyway, he needs to let
Haslam.
Exactly, Haslam and Wade. He needs to bring them in and let them be the brain trust and run things. And he can kind of hover above it and kind of tweak it. But I think Pat is so hands-on, he can't remove himself like that. And if you notice, Wemby and them down the street, they did pretty well with Popovich in their ear. Even though he wasn't coaching them. You look last year, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Right.
This year they go to the finals. So yeah, it's what it is. But I was really hoping he would go somewhere where he could have an impact and they could be in the finals next year. And even when they were talking about Oklahoma City, one of the guys on TV was saying, "Oh, you can't put him in Oklahoma City's mix because he's so dominant and da 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 da." But ain't that the problem you got with Chet Holmgren? Is that he's not?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Hey, EC, could you please put that back? Z-Man's comment back up there. I'm going to address that. Z-Man says, I see Giannis going down the same path. KD will not be helping one team, the other team because mine. So KD and Jimmy Butler as well, Z-Man. Because Miami's they're not going to win a ship anytime soon. The teams that that are on the bubble right now, Oklahoma City can get back there. San Antonio can get back there. Dallas is still a minute or two away. I'm talking about teams that could make an immediate impact. Minnesota, didn't they just ship off Julius Randle? Who'd they get for him, guys?
I don't think they got anybody really for him. I think what they got was better spacing.
Yeah.
And they've got
yeah.
And now Naz Reid can actually start. Okay. And the guys who have been really, because I love Julius Randle. That's when you're about to say something bad about somebody.
Yeah.
I love Julius. Bless his heart. I love him. I love him so. But the problem with Julius Randle is he's like a black hole, and the ball doesn't move enough. The boy went down. He played down the street at Prestonwood. He came out the same year as my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
But when I saw him playing the McDonald's All-Star game, I was like, oh man, he's like a left-handed LeBron. Yeah. When that ball goes in, it doesn't come out. And the problem is for Anthony, the Ant-Man, you've got to have a second option that can also close a game for you.
Yeah.
And he just shrunk. And I was like, come on, Julius.
Yep.
I'm gonna address something that Jonathan G has been talking about, is that he's been saying this a lot about Embiid and Giannis being on the same team. And when you're looking at a Twin Tower situation, I get it. The only problem with this is that if you talked about maybe Embiid and Jokic or Giannis and Jokic, it makes it different because Jokic is a better passer. He's an intentional passer, right? You can't have two guys that are ball dominant guys and don't score quick. You know, that's the thing about them too. You got them both on the same squad. They need ball to cook. You know, Embiid is going to be lazy up and down the court. Giannis is going to be a guy that's going to be moving the pace. And you know, it's like it makes sense. But if they're going to have a super duper point guard and maybe a 6'6" to 6'10" point guard to emulsify that together. Right, but if you have a Jokic can pass the ball from the bathroom's toilet stall to the court. That's just what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the only thing I don't like about that, right? And then
the other thing about that is if you look at probably who are the superstars for the last couple of years that have not been able to play a full schedule, a full season because of injury. Well, those Embiid and Giannis, and you got to throw Luka in there. Yeah. You know, those are three super duper stars in this league, and they can't play a full season. So that's got Julius Randle from Wolves in exchange for number 28, number 20. So, okay, thank you, Lou. Thank you so much. I didn't get to see all that, so that's good to know.
That's what Sean said. A bag of chips. That's your bag of chips right there. 28 to the 38. That's your bag of chips.
I can't look at Big Daddy with that picture without laughing, man.
He's got some pictures. He's got some pictures.
Yeah, he got some pictures.
But see, that's the problem. That's also the problem with Miami. Miami needs a strong point guard to solidify. Giannis and Bam and you know, and then you got Porter. Is it Portis?
Bobby Portis.
And they're talking about Middleton coming over there too. So you can, and if they don't get a good point guard, and they only got $18 million to play with,
right?
Only $18 million. If they don't get a good point guard, they're going to be doing the exact same thing Houston did.
Yeah.
Without Ben Vliet, they're going to look just like them dudes who are trying to figure it out. Next thing you know, they elevate somebody to a point guard who shouldn't necessarily be playing point.
And they got another problem. Let me pull this up. They have another problem that we're not. Where the NBA at? The Heat's roster.
While you're looking at that, I mean, moving forward, I mean, and EC, we talked about last week, the Knicks are still the best team in the East, and they're going to be the best team in the East next year. You know, I don't see anybody keeping them from making another run next year. Do you, Demetrius?
Hey, Boston is a house of cards right now. They're on shifting sand because my main man, Jaylen Brown, then talked his way out of $305 million. You understand what I'm saying? $305 million. Because he's up there. He might be gone by the time we get off this call. Boston ain't gonna play that. You can't, man. Them Bostonites, they for real.
Yeah.
Hello, Kyrie Irving. Explain what you mean by that. But we're talking about Jaylen Brown. Early yesterday, the idea was Jaylen Brown was going to get traded for Giannis between Milwaukee and Boston because of the comments Jaylen Brown made that he had the best year, obviously because Jason Tatum was out and he felt like he had the best year of his career. Basically put his foot in the mouth and tried to come back and walk back those statements and saying that's not what he was talking about. Now his career in Boston is all but certain. It's almost over with. Like Demetrius said, hey, he could be traded by the time we get off. It's not already breaking news right now. I haven't saw anything on the feed, but But yeah, but I thought that would have been a good trade for Jaylen Brown to go to Milwaukee and let them rebuild on that, because he's that guy. That he's going to be that good point guard and shooting guard they need to rebound. And of course, and then that'd be a good fit for Giannis to go to Boston and play with that team, considering you have a healthy Jason Tatum. But that's what you think about that trade if that would have happened, Demetrius?
Dude, I'm gonna say this. Ooh, forgive me, Lord, come back. Sometimes you have the antagonizers and you have the house people. Eric knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You have the field and you have the house people. Jason Tatum's a house brother. Jaylen Brown is a field brother who's trying to understand and figure out how to escape off the plantation. He don't want to be there. Just be honest about it. He don't want to be there because he wants to be the man. And he should go somewhere where he can be the man.
Yeah.
But you just don't, man. $305 million? How you gonna talk your way out of that? That's craziness in the first degree. I don't even know if I answered the question, but I had a moment there. I feel pleased about me.
No, you answered that perfectly. I mean, that's the best. That's how you say that. You know what I'm saying? I like Jaylen Brown, and I said this a long time ago. I said, y'all, it's so weird to have two guys that are similar style of playing on the exact same team. And that was the reason why I never thought they would win a championship. But they end up winning one against a young Dallas Mavericks squad. So that shows you what the state of the NBA was at that particular year. They didn't really have to go against anybody, right? But then a year after that, they all implode. That fall apart. Obviously, Jason Tatum get hurt, and then of course he got hurt in the playoffs, and so they was on their run to repeat, but they got hurt in the playoff. But man, but I predicted way before the season started. I said they will not make the Eastern Conference Finals. And that was when everybody was healthy. I just said this team will not make. Well, they just won the championship, so I don't care. Like, you look at this team, like it's hard to get these types of teams to be consistent and play with each other. And that's the way I thought about it. But you know what? Sean asked that he thought Jaylen Brown was the man in Boston. He thought he was the man in Boston until he realized that once Jason Tatum came back, how quickly his minutes got diminished for that brief second. So that's kind of how that was with him. Hey, y'all, look, I'm getting some promotion stuff from Twitch, y'all. If y'all don't know, man, I'm streaming on Twitch. For all you out there watching me on Twitch, man, thank you. Please like, subscribe to the channel over there. I'm going to go back after this podcast and see what's going on over there. Wherever this promotion is from Barber, Shake, whatever. I appreciate you.
Barb Shakedown.
Barb, that's what it says. Boy, I'm dyslexic. I went to
Barb Shakedown.
Barb, see, that's what public school get to me, y'all. I don't know how to read right. I'm sorry, but that's okay. Hey, y'all, as we come to the end of this podcast, man, y'all, it's been great, man. We covered it a lot, man. But let's give some final thoughts to Demetrius. Demetrius, what you got to say? Final thoughts.
Whew. Final thoughts. The draft.
Yes.
Who should go first? AJ or Darren? When I used to handle managing people, if they couldn't show up to work, eventually they wouldn't have a job. My daughter said, well, maybe they can put a stipulation in his contract so, it's based on how much his availability is. I said, that's not a bad idea. But for my money, if I'm a general manager of an NBA team that has in that first 5 group that can get somebody in the top 5, man, and the boy is bad. I watched him. But, man, that availability quotient, that's a problem. And I think, and we're getting ready to find out in about right now, that if you can't base a whole franchise on a dude who don't show up. He's going to be the face. He's going to be everything to him.
I love that. I love how you said that. So what's your take on the Boozer kid from Duke?
If he came to Dallas, it would be beautiful. Because he's a solid player. He's gonna give you everything he's got. He's not the fastest, he's not the highest jumper, but he's the most consistent that I've seen this year. And we've watched so many people. I would not be surprised if he goes number 2.
Okay.
Because he's that consistent, he's that solid.
Wow.
And so I'm high on Carlos. Carlos is daddy. Cameron, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. So my final thoughts are: I like the kid from Arkansas, Acuff. I think he's I think they got him slotted like number 7 or number 8. He's the first kid I've seen come out that kind of has that AI vibe, the body, the long arms, the swag, the attitude, the toughness. All three of us are big fans of Allen Iverson. So I'd love to see him come out and just make an immediate impact for whatever team. I mean, and actually, Dallas could use him too. They could use a good point, or a kid run the point and let Kyrie play the 2. I mean, I'm just saying. So that's my final thoughts. EC?
Man, listen, my final thoughts are simple as this, man. It don't matter who go number 1 and number 2. They all both from the Big 12, so that's all I care about.
Here we go.
We are running
Here
the whole
we
college world, so we got
go.
BYU in Kansas, so it don't even matter. So long as they go 1 and 2, it don't matter which order they go in. So I'm excited about it. No, but I do like Cameron Boozer, man. I liked him until I didn't last year, but I think that has to do with coming to the end of your NCAA career. Obviously, guys play better, or not say play better. They play different when they get to the league, right? You couldn't have told me that Cooper Flagg would have been this productive the way I saw him leave
this early
at Duke, when he left at Duke. And we talked about his performance that last game and how he kind of squeezed a little nerve out of this on that last shot it short. But he did nothing but expectation. Now, however, I don't think none of these guys have a Cooper Flagg, the type of mentality in them. I think they got some years to develop. The only one I think that may have a little bit, but he's undersized, and that's the guy you're talking about, Darius A. Jr. He's just a little bit shorter, so he may have that dog in him. But AJ Badasta, like, bro, your team suck. Y'all got kicked out the tournament way too early. I don't understand. That's not Big 12 material. I don't know what that was. And then Kansas, Kansas had a good game, but that last game, where were you, Darren Peterson? Oh, you don't come to work. Yeah, so we get it. So, that's kind of where we are with that. Yeah. So I don't know. And I know they try to preserve their bodies. They don't want to get injured because they know they're going to the draft. But man, this is like finish the way you start. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So that's all I have to say about that. But man, like I said, it's going to be a fun draft. I just can't wait to see where these guys are going to go, and then watch. And more so, I'm intrigued about the explanation these organizations get, or the explanation the fans get, because this is going to be a fun draft, man. You got a lot of small guys, a lot of big guys. You got a lot of guards coming out. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And some relatively small forwards. You got guys who are like 6'9" and 6'10" forwards, which is okay, but they're small. They're like barely at over 200 pounds. Like, these are some little bitty guys coming out. So we'll see. But y'all, that's all we have right now for the FairWeather Fan channel, man. I appreciate you guys for chiming in. Oh, we got one last comment. Basically.
Oh gosh. Tell him, Bob. Call him out, Bob. Call him out, Bob. Tell him how you really feel, bro.
Hey, Acuff Jr. He's another Derrick Rose. Just don't jump as high.
Yeah. Allen Iverson, Derrick Rose.
He's that kind of dude. He's that kind of dude.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't no Derrick Rose. He can't jump.
I mean, he doesn't jump as high, but he can dunk. But
and I thought our boy Brandon Marshall would be on to show some flowers and some love for Acuff, because Brandon's a big art, but he ghosted us again. So
now he was on earlier.
Enjoyed it, man. It's awesome. Yeah, as always. So,
all right,
man. Good to see you as always. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sorry it took so long to get on.
It's all good. We're gonna work on your sound next time. I think it's just settings on your computer, but that's all good. For those out there watching, man, please forgive the feedback, whatever. But we're gonna get that worked on. But anyway, y'all, this your boy C22, the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Once again, those of you who are still tuned in, do me a favor. While you're tuned in, do yourself a favor. Like, seriously, you will not forget it. God will not forgive you if you don't. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please share this with your mom and them, all your cousins and aunties. Share with them. They're going to enjoy this show. Because trust me, if you get tired of watching First Take and all the other stuff that's out there, man, please support your boy right here on the FairWeather Fan channel and podcast, man. But for myself, Coach D-Way, Demetrius in the house. Also, from the comment section, Jonathan G, Aaron Claiborne, Lewis Medford. We got Bob Novinsky. We got Brandon Marshall in the house. We got Big Daddy. We got Sean Smith. We got Z-Man. All you guys over there for Martez, man. Thank you. Lou Memphis. Hey, if you still want to watch more of this content, join me at the top of the hour over on Facebook Talk Radio Follow us on Facebook. If you can log into if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I will share the link on my channel. But if you want to go to Lewis Medford on Facebook or Face Sport Talk Radio, join us for another conversation about sports over there, man, for another podcast. But for myself, from Coach D-Way and our special guest, Demetrius Murray, for right now until next Tuesday, we are out.